So I don't want to seem negative or anything like that, but Micheál Martin came on today and said, "Oh, well, COVID restrictions will be lifted apart from face masks on public transport and X, Y, and Z," which is very limited. And obviously, the COVID pass for travel and basically no other use for the COVID pass, which is good. But again, this is the thing I have to ask, and again, I don't want to be negative, and I know people are so delighted and so pleased finally that the government is finally getting out of people's lives. But on the other hand, this is the thing. This is me that here because it's not from the good. Like again, they have so much power now. I don't know why. All of a sudden, they feel so goodwill to give them the rights back and things like that. I don't know why they see the goodwill. What has changed? Let's be fair. There's something going on in the background. I don't think. Why are they doing this all of a sudden? Like again, it's all of a sudden they're just like, oh, we'll give your rights back. Again, I couldn't trust Micheál Martin. Again, I don't want to sound like negative, but I couldn't trust him. Like again, it'd be different if we had somebody in the government who was trustable. But Micheál Martin, we couldn't trust him. We truly couldn't trust him. With things that happen, like Leo the Link, for example, his leadership there, Leo shouldn't be tarnished. Though, let's be fair. Micheál Martin should know that if somebody's under criminal investigation, he shouldn't be there. He should be taken temporary leave if he's in the criminal investigation, but he's still tarnished though. And then there's many other instances, Micheál Martin, the things that happen in the country, and Micheál Martin basically done fuck all about it, and basically said nothing about it and kept his mouth shut and said nothing about it. So, I couldn't trust, I don't trust them, to be totally honest. I never really trusted the government. There's a few people in the door you would trust, but I don't trust Fianna Fáil at the moment. I don't trust them. The snakes, they are really snakes. Micheál Martin's the biggest snake you could find. He sell out anybody for anything. He sell them out. He literally would sell anybody. I think he would even sell you and me. I think he would sell us. Literally, he would quite literally sell us if he had to. For a few bob. To give to Brussels. I think he would, to be totally honest with you. But yeah, I don't understand. But again, hopefully, maybe I'm just being a conspiracy theorist. But hopefully it is true, and hopefully that it is true. It is true at the moment. But how long would they keep their word for? A month, maybe a week, 2 weeks, and then they'd be like, "Oh no, another variant from God knows where." And it'd be like, "Oh, lockdown the country X, Y, and Z." But because I don't see what's changed in the last few weeks, I don't see what has changed. I don't see why all of a sudden they're like, "We're going to give you back your rights, half of the country. We're going to give you back nearly everything's returned to normal X, Y, and Z, nearly." Which is true. And a few weeks ago they're talking about mandating the thing. This is the thing I'm bringing up. And 2 weeks ago they were talking about mandating the yoke, for everybody. But I don't understand this because people are just utterly sick of the government, and they're having the hope in the next election of even winning any kind of seat in any constituency, because people are just sick of Fianna Fáil, sick of Fine Gael, sick of any government that has their heads in the people's private businesses, and private business going about the day-to-day lives trying to make ends meet, and then they have these fuckers on the door sticking their heads into people's personal lives, and telling them what to do. And it was Micheál Martin that said people who restrict them a few years ago. He said people who restrict other people's movements are fascists. So say what you will, and he said that a few years ago, and apparently it's again, you have to speak both sides of your mouth, I suppose. But again, I'm hopeful that again I don't want to be so hopeful or anything that the government are actually, I don't know, taken back, I suppose, by people that they don't want to annoy any more people because they're afraid of what could happen if they annoy people anymore. Or is it just that they're just sick of it? Or what, I don't know what's the story. Again, I don't see why they would give it, I don't see it. I don't see why. Again, I'm very suspicious of it. Not gonna lie. Again, I might be conspiracy theory, but again, I hope I'm wrong. I'm not gonna say. Oh, I hope they're doing this because I'd be right and X, Y, and Z. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I'd rather be wrong to be totally honest. I'd rather see that they actually change the heart, maybe change the soul, and maybe decide to do something more better for society. But I don't know. Again, in England, we know why. It was different over here, like maybe Golfgate or something like that might have annoyed them enough. But in England, we all know why they probably lifted all the restrictions. Because Boris Johnson had parties and they had parties and they had parties. Like, there's so many parties you can't even keep count of them. And Boris Johnson's excuses. Like, let's be fair. And then obviously the leadership and, basically it's a big fuckery. So they basically had to do it because there's so thousands of people being fined for breaking COVID rules. And then down the street we're having parties every night, nearly. And when the Queen's husbands, before the Queen's husband funeral, had a big party. So, they fucked themselves so much they didn't know where to go. So, they had to really get rid of the restrictions because they fucked themselves so much. Literally nobody trusted them. So, they fucked themselves over so much. And over here, It's not that they fucked themselves completely, because the media over here won't go digging. I'm sure to God they're having parties in OT every night, and the same in Let's to have some parties every night. There's only a few we heard of, because probably some person took it upon themselves to figure it out. Because it wasn't OT going and looking into them. You think OT are going to go and figure out if Leo Varadkar's having a party every night in the Oculus. You really truly think that OT is actually going to ask and look into it. Some media in England are maybe a bit better than over here, but over here they're just pro-government, just literally 24 hours they're saying whatever the government tells them to say, and whatever goes against the government narrative. No such thing as it. No such thing as it. Never heard of on the mainstream media. But yeah, it's... I don't know. I'm hopeful. Again, I'm being probably conspiracy theory to be totally honest, 201. But I'm hopeful. I am hopeful. But again, I wouldn't be too hopeful, because you couldn't trust them. You truly couldn't trust them. It's too good to be. As I often say about scams and like things like that. With scams, like people who scam people online, things like that. If something's too good to be true, it's not true. Let's be fair. If somebody says they're going to give you a new Apple, no, a new phone that's just off the market, just after coming out, and it's something like €2,000, take for example, and they're selling it for about a fiver, that's too good to be true. There's something not right there, you know. But yeah, let me know what you think. Subscribe more, and let me know what you think, and bye.